All right, my darling Capricorns, how are you doing? Let's see where we go. This is a reading for May 2024 for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If this doesn't align with you, if it's not resonating, then check out your Moon, Rising, or Venus sign. All right, so I'm posting all of these this week. The May readings. In the extended, I'll look at the astrology and give you a sense of how the transits that are happening in May, which are big, are going to impact you. Okay, that's in the extended. Let's see where we're going with this reading. Oh, yes, all that glitters. Woo, not for you. Yeah. And go the distance, something you're really good at. So, Capricorn, I feel like if you recently made some very rash change, very sudden shift in your career, you went for something for the money. Pluto retrograding in your second house of Aquarius is going to have you rethinking that in May, that might not be the right thing to do. And the reason that that isn't the right thing is not necessarily because of the money, although all that glitters, I think you were overwhelmed by the opportunity. It's about what really matters. What really matters to you, what your values are. And that is the thing that's going to clash. That you may have taken a job with a company that does something that you find to be distasteful. Or you might find that the company really damages the earth with what they're doing. Okay, something along those lines, because this is earth energy. And we are talking, it's almost like you're mining for gold. You're trying to get some big score. And the Aquarian energy, the Pluto moving into Aquarius in that second house for you, gave you a sense of like, oh, I could do this. I could totally do this. I could be removed from it emotionally. And then I don't think you can be. So that's for some of you. Let's see where the reading goes here. You're definitely seeing that, that retrograde's going to be a big deal, because it's not going to feel great. And you'll be like, okay, I can do something about it. Yep. 10 of Swords. A commitment you made, some kind of commitment you just made is over, or feels like someone stabbed you in the back or something like that. They didn't, you went to a job because they gave you promises and they didn't fulfill them. 2 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, wow, Tower, and the Ace of Pentacles. So something better is coming through. I talked about this on Pathfinders yesterday, that something, sometimes when we follow our guidance and what something we don't want to happen happens, we think, well, our guidance, we weren't, the guidance was wrong. And so my intuition sucks. It's wrong. But that's not it. There's something about this change that you recently made that is leading you to a place, a person, a job opportunity, a career opportunity that is going to work for you. And you wouldn't have found it if it wasn't for this kind of disappointing experience. So some of you know what I'm talking about already. Others of you, this is going to happen in May, where you make a sudden change, you try to go back. That's not going to work either. There's a brand new opportunity for you. Okay. And that's going to come of this kind of upheaval. All right. So something that will go the distance with you, something that will bring long-term financial stability for you. That's what we're looking for. This other was a quick hit, and that's not going to work. Okay. So we do, before I get to the Magician here, Pluto is in Aquarius, and like I said, it's retrograding. Pluto's going to drop back into Capricorn September, October, and a little bit of November. So there may be some recalibration. You might find this over the course of the summer. You might be getting this offer in May, and you're finding this over the summer. By the time we get into Capricorn, your sign, you might feel like you know what the direction is. There might be that Ace of Pentacles offered then, and then you can move forward. The Aquarian, when it goes back into Aquarius next year, Pluto, it's going to bring you some ideas and some aha moments and some, real expansive vision. But right now, there's this false start that has to happen. Okay. Magician, meaning, you can refuse this. Now you know that there's an opportunity that's like too good to be true. You could refuse it, but no matter what, you're going to have some kind of destiny, some kind of fate pushing you in a different direction. So whether it happens with taking a job that ends up going away or whatever, this is still one of those like milestones on your soul blueprint that you signed up for. This is something big that you signed up to do, to get in this direction. And right now you might be on a path that's so different, it needs to like blow you out of that old path. Okay. So Magician, Eight of Swords, Knight of Wands. I'm getting lots of Sag and Gemini here. Sag, Gemini, and Taurus. Temperance, there you are, King of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. The Moon. Queen of Wands, Six of Cups. I feel like some of you are, now that Mercury has gone direct, in May, we'll talk more about Mercury conjuncting Chiron, because there's a wound here that may feel like shame to you. Okay. Something that's subconscious, that you're making choices. Maybe you're making this choice based on an old belief system around who you are or who you think you are. And I just feel like you have lots more potential than the small plot of grass that you call home. It's almost like the Archangel Michael is pushing you to get out of a comfort zone that has run its course. We got a couple of tens here. This Magician, Eight of Swords, Knight of Wands, this to me feels so much like some kind of sparkly offer, and you're not looking too closely at the details, which is very un-Capricornian, okay? Very un-Capricornian. Look closer at the details. But like I said, even so, even though you dot all the I's and cross all the T's, they're pushing you to make a decision faster than you want. This can be a love partner pushing you to do something more quickly than you want. Archangel Michael is here, so there can be some kind of twin flame energy to it, or some kind of fated feeling. Some kind of fated feeling with a fire sign. And you have this really beautiful, dreamy energy. I don't know where your Neptune is or your moon. You really have this need for speed, this need for excitement. And that can draw you into all kinds of things in May that you're going to learn from. There's a person coming back from the past who's likely a fire sign, Sagittarius, Gemini, even a Cancerian here. There's a lot of past life with this person. All right. There's a lot of past life with that moon. You're not seeing the totality of the relationship. You're not seeing the totality of this career situation. Okay. Because it's hitting your second house, it's also hitting your sense of self-worth. Am I worthy of something, some big payday like this, or some like, oh my God, this is too good to be true. And it's true that that's right, but there's something about it that does ring true to you. And the same thing, there's something about this Queen of Wands here, Four of Pentacles, Three of Wands, Empress, King of Swords. Again, this is about clarity. This is about clarity and a lack of clarity because of who you believe yourself to be. You may not see the totality of your expansive capability, or that you're a piece of the divine, or anything. You may not see any of that. And that is absolutely blocking your intuition. If you're feeling that you're just, you're a guy or a gal on this planet, I do my work, I come home, I have my paycheck, I have my children, I have my spouse, or not, you're very much closed in to a earth kind of 3D vision of things. And so that Pluto going into Aquarius could really have expanded your sense of what is possible. And if this, which I think it will, prove to be not such a good experience, then you're going to be like, oh, look at me. I was wrong. I don't have intuition. I don't have this capability. Look at something bad happened, or something that I didn't want to happen happened. But again, your intuition is always bringing you to your soul purpose in this life. It's always driving you in that direction. You may be so far off your soul purpose right now. The only way to get you there is to get you through some of these little uncomfortable things. And I just feel like there's a deep desire for a twin flame, a deep desire for a spiritual partner. And until you recognize your true path, you are going to continue to think small. So the Pluto moving into Aquarius happened earlier this year. There can be this sense of like, oh, I bit off more than I can chew, right? When it goes in retrograde. I shouldn't have done that. Stop beating yourself up for it. It was a necessary shift. Okay, talk to me about this Tower. Four of Swords, Two of Cups, King of Wands. That's entrepreneurial. Three of Pentacles. Yes. So some of you may have a very traditional job. You're on your path to be retired early or whatever. And someone may offer you, I just get the feeling that you're taking on something right now in terms of your career path that you're not prepared emotionally for, or you're not healed enough in terms of your own worth and value to really hit on all cylinders. But either way, it's going to teach you how much entrepreneurial spirit you do have. And initially, it might just be the Knight of Wands. But when you go through this Tower and get that Ace of Pentacles, there's an entrepreneurial spirit that has now been planted. The seed has been planted. There's a sense here of a clarity of what you want in relationship. I want something that is more nurturing. I want something that is more nurturing to me. There's somebody coming back from the past or past life, doesn't even have to be in this life, that is deeply connected to you spiritually. Taurus, Libra, Cancer, Aquarius, somebody deeply connected spiritually that is going to also rock your world. So a lot of shifts and changes in May. Why is this Knight of Swords here? Because the Knight of Swords and Knight of Wands are the fast moving energy. Let's see. The Nine of Wands, the Strength card, the Four of Cups, and the World. Okay, so I'm going to say to you that there's not just stop and 90 miles an hour. There's a range of stuff in there, even reverse, right? When you're in a car, when you're in a vehicle, you're in your own vehicle. It's not just zero, I'm sitting, I'm staying, I'm holding, not moving, not doing anything, or 90 miles an hour. This is a cheetah. Okay, this is a cheetah. And in the future, the cheetah is a very fast moving energy, but going the distance is very Capricornian. It's very much, this is how it needs to be, right? I need to move quickly on things. I need to determine what is long. This is going to make your life speed up a lot in terms of your work and your love life. There can be this sense of, well, anytime I go too fast, I fall on my head, right? Things just go out of whack. There's very much a sense of an archetype of perfectionist here, an archetype of the adult. Now, the adult archetype can, right? There's lots of great things about the adult archetype. You're doing what you're here to do, and you're very persistent and consistent about it, and all of those things are good. But every once in a while, say what the fuck. Okay, every once in a while, you've got to take some kind of risk. And I feel like anytime you've taken risk in the past, you viewed it as, I fell on my head. You're not seeing that there was purpose for that spurt of energy or surge toward the future or something like that. There was benefit to it. So instead of, just calling it a pattern, calling it a day, nope, just gonna stand still. The downside of adult is zero risk. And that is risky. Because if you take zero risk in your life, there's zero chance for some of these other things that may be messier, but ultimately bring you toward your soul purpose. So I'm going to continue on with this Capricorn for you. Messy, it is, and messy it wants to be, because it's kind of like when my brother was little. He refused. He was like sanitary Sam. He refused to get dirty, and the doctor said, "Go out and make mud pies with him, and then lock him outside all day." Thanks, Dr. Spock. And and he never picked up a suit again in his life. So it was like all or nothing. This very much has that same feel to me. Is that there needs to be, sometimes playing in the dirt, sometimes messy is necessary. All right, link is below if you want to continue on. Let's see how we play this out, and also what you can do about it, how you can work with this energy, and I'll talk about the astrology for May. Link is below. I'll see you over there.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.